Support for the community programming provided by the Dunkin' Donut Shops of Westfield and the Sardinia family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Join me, Tina Gorman, each week from 6 to 8 a.m. for Wake Up Wednesday, when my guests and I discuss health, wellness, and lifestyle reimagined.
Community Radio.
107.5 FM WSFD. Live from Studio 120 at Westfield Technical Academy, this is WCPC Channel 15 and 107.5 FM WSFD-LP Westfield.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's get this straight once and for all.
Can you tell these ladies apart?
Band.
No. Well, they got the same last name, but they're not the same, no way. Everybody scratches their head nearly every single day. Born just a couple of days apart. Now here's the funny part. One is older, one is younger, but don't ask them where to start. Kathy, not Carol, shoo-bop, shoo-bop. Carol, not Kathy, do-I, do-I. Everybody gets them mixed up, even Uncle Matty. Kathy, not Carol,
Yeah, yeah.
Carol, not Kathy.
Whoa, whoa.
Same last name, different ladies. That's the whole reality.
Comedy break.
The elementary school teacher,
That's Kathy.
the fitness instructor.
That's Carol.
Kathy spent her working years
Teaching little girls and boys.
reading, writing, helping kids.
Making lots of learning noise.
Carol's got a different gig.
Keeping everybody fit.
Senior fitness, stretch and smile. One more rep. That's it.
They're twins.
They're twins.
No, they're not.
They're sisters. No, they're not.
We're just friends.
Everybody points and whispers.
Hey, I know just who that is.
Then somebody says, nope, wrong one.
And the room breaks into grins.
They're two friends who make us smile.
Week after week on TV.
Different story,
Different talents.
perfect company. Kathy, not Carol.
Shoo-bop, shoo-bop.
Carol, not Kathy.
Do-I, do-I.
Now you got the story straight. Or at least you oughta. Kathy, not Carol.
Yeah, yeah.
Carol, not Kathy.
Whoa, whoa.
Community TV's favorite pair. Everybody sing.
Shoo-bop, shoo-bop.
Do-I, do-I.
Kathy.
Not Carol.
Carol.
Not Kathy.
Everybody.
Everybody, Kathy, not Carol.
Carol, not Kathy.
And in case you didn't know, good morning, everyone. This is Kathy, not Carol. And in the center over here is Carol, not Kathy. And we are back, Carol, after July off. Taking a month off, so we are back with you on WCPC, doing entertainment in the city of Westfield. And welcome back, and I hope that we're going to have something really exciting
Carol
for you
needs to bring
today.
a microphone over to her.
Carol.
Why? Did you want me?
Wait, no, you know what?
Did we want to hear you?
Come to think of it, Peter, maybe not. I know some of the things Carol says on air.
Carol, not Kathy.
Oh, God, here she goes.
Somebody had a little too much time on their hands.
Yes, and we have to say that we thank Ken
You
Stomsky
should thank Angie, his AI.
and Angie, his AI, for creating this number.
my goodness.
Ken, thank you very much for thinking of us. I think we thank you. I'm not quite sure.
I don't-
But anyway.
I don't know if I like that part that says one's older than the other.
But they don't say which one.
They don't say which one.
So I'm not going to tell either.
Okay.
I'm going to keep it a big secret. So, Peter, anything we missed, anything we need to know from your end of the story?
We're doing a candidates night tonight
Okay.
over at 52 Sumner. Two of the three candidates running for Mass Congressional District number 1
Gotcha.
are showing up.
Okay.
Not the one that's the incumbent, but the other two are showing up.
Okay.
And we're doing a candidates night, so we're working with Focus Springfield on that one. So,
And is that going to be broadcast?
oh yeah, we're gonna give it. We're gonna broadcast it everywhere. So, YouTube channel 15, Springfield's gonna air it. We're gonna shop it around
that's
to all
good.
the areas around here because if he doesn't want to show up, I did send a message to his campaign saying that we are gonna cover it. So,
All righty.
they got the word.
Question for you quickly. Any damage your way from that wind we had?
No, it got really windy, but we were just on the north side of that strike.
Yeah, I had nothing, Peter, but the lower Pachasik
Union
Road
Street.
had trees down all over the place, and
Yeah,
I
Union
didn't.
Street right into West Springfield through the quarry.
Interesting. All right. Well, we've got a lot on deck today. We've got a lot of things we want to get to this morning. So welcome to Tuesday, and welcome to Carol, Not Kathy, and Kathy, Not Carol, our entertainment show for all things Westfield. I do want to point out that Westfield now has the downtown cultural district, and there are things happening down there. I know you don't think there are, but there are. I had the opportunity to go to the Westfield on Weekend concert last Wednesday, Carol.
Oh, I heard about
And
that. I was up at McCaden that day. I
that
couldn't-
was
I couldn't
Owen
get there.
and Dylan, and
Dylan,
of course, I'm just drawing it. Oh, Hannah. Hannah was all singing, and they did a wonderful job. And please note that the Westfield on Weekends has these concerts frequently on Wednesday. In addition to the Westfield on Weekends concert, we also have the concerts on Friday brought to you by the Artworks. So that's going on. There's a lot at Stanley Park happening, and there's a lot at the Women's Club, but I'm going to let both of these ladies here share a little bit about that. I do have to mention I'm under direct orders to mention the auditions at the Westfield Theater Group coming up for our holiday special that's directed by Rob Clark, and it's going to be Miracle on 34th Street. I always want to say 42nd
I
Street.
know.
So
That was
you're
the last
going
one.
to the wrong street, folks.
a busy
And those auditions are coming up. They are August 25th and August 28th at 6:30 for the kids. They don't need a whole passel of kids, but he does want maybe 6 to 8 kids.
Yeah, I heard that.
Ages 9 and up, and their auditions are at 6:30. The auditions for the adults will start at 7 o'clock. There are 10 speaking roles for adults, 10 major roles. There are also lots of places for ensembles. They are asking that you prepare 32 bars of music, 32 bars exactly. No, just
Okay.
kidding. About 32 bars of music from the Golden Era Songbook. And a lot of people go, well, what the heck is that? Look it up, Google it. It's all the songs that were from that era. They're easy songs, not a big one to worry about. Show dates are in December 4, 5, and 6, 11, 12, 13. I don't know what their rehearsal schedule is, but
It's
you would.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Is it Monday, Tuesday, Thursday?
Yep.
And you need to be available for all of those rehearsals,
Yes.
please, if you don't mind. So that's it. That's about anything I have going on downtown. Please, if you think there's nothing happening, take a walk down there. Start at the Athenaeum, which is another jewel of Westfield. Take a look in their history room. If their history room is open upstairs, you can also go upstairs. Walk across and see what that soldier is standing there in the middle. I'll bet you don't even know, and I'll bet you have no idea what the names are on that particular monument. Then you can cross over to General Shepherd. How many of you have ever walked into that park and looked directly at General Shepherd? Then when you leave there, if you would like, then you can always take a walk down to the old burying grounds. It's an amazing place to be. The key is available at the Westfield Athenaeum or the Westfield Park and Rec's office on Holcomb Street in Westfield.
It's haunted.
No, it is not. But honestly, just a parenthetical aside to answer your questions, cemeteries are very, very rarely haunted.
Interesting.
It is
That
not.
one is.
They're
I don't know. Bobby
apparitions.
Goff is revising his theory about that because he is doing one in Wilbraham, and he said the reveal is going to be very, very interesting.
Interesting. Well, they thought, Peter, usually is there's no reason for
Right.
a soul to remain in the cemetery. That's not where they live.
And I brought that up on his last show, and he goes, well, I might be wrong, at least for this one.
Well, the research I show supports most of that. So maybe there is a cemetery that is. I don't know.
Yeah.
As you and I both know, there are many stories
And
about
it wasn't a
Pine Hill.
family cemetery. Sometimes those have emotional attachment, but it was the town cemetery.
Okay.
So
All right.
stay tuned.
All righty. I don't want to keep going because I'm leaking into Trisha time, but also remember the farmers market on Thursday in front of the Church of the Atonement, weather permitting. And then there's also, I want to mention, a new Halloween store that's opening is it on Elm Street, Trisha D?
It is right off of Elm Street.
And it's Samhain?
Samhain Oddities. And it is a delight. And the owner is a very interesting person. You go over there, talk to Derek. He's got a great sense of humor, and he just loves all the spooky stuff.
He's haunted.
And he might be. He might be.
I will say, of all the people here, Carol's apartment or condo is haunted where she lives.
Yep.
And that's food for another thought. We'll talk about that maybe in October. So Trisha D, I don't want to take a lot of your time. This is Trisha D. Newland. We all know her from the Westfield Women's Club. You might know her from there. You might also know her from the wonderful performing group called the Harlot Queens. It's an excellent, fun group to see. They do a lot of Renaissance fairs and local appearances. If you get a chance to see them, please do. But she did something that absolutely amazes me, because I walk down the road with the dog and think I've done a great deal.
And you have.
Don't you think that? Don't you think that? You walk through the park and don't you think, boy, I've had all my steps in today? No.
That's true.
Trisha D, I'm leaving it up to you.
So I am one of those 3 out of 10 people who set out to hike the Appalachian Trail, actually get all the way from Georgia to Maine or Maine to Georgia, depending on your direction or however you like to do it. And we call those people through hikers. And the loose definition is you have completed the trail within a calendar year. So if you have to get off the trail, you get back on, or if you decide to take a break for weather or something, or for many of the adventures that I had, as long as you go from one end to the other. There's a lot of talks about purists and, you have to go the original trail. And now the Blue Ridge Parkway in Virginia is actually the old Appalachian Trail. And yes, I will clear it away. I say Appalachian.
I do too.
It is a dialect thing. It is both are correct. Appalachian is correct and Appalachian is correct. But I went to college in North Carolina where there's Appalachian State University, and that's how they say it. And that's just how I grew up saying it. So
I didn't know that. That's
yep.
cool.
Yeah, I was a substitute teacher in Rockport. And I mentioned the word Appalachian to middle schoolers, and all the sneers and chuckles and everything happened. And I'm like, what? And they're like, it's Appalachian. And I'm like, well, if you say Appalachian, then I'm going to throw an apple at you. That's how you say it. So for those who are not familiar with the Appalachian Trail, which for someone who lived on it for as long as I did, I find it hard to believe that we don't know about this resource, this gem that we have. It is roughly 2,200 miles, and the southernmost point is in Georgia on Springer Mountain, and it finishes up in Maine. It goes through 14 separate states. The shortest state being West Virginia. It is only 5-6 miles in West Virginia, and I think the largest state is Virginia. So you're like, I finally got this done, and then, a little state. I can do this. I feel very accomplished. I've, checked another one off the box. So in 2022, I decided why not? Let's go do this. So back in 2015, 2016, I had just finished tearing my hip flexor. and could cease to run half marathons. So I said, what else can I do? And I was living overseas a lot as a military spouse, and I walked everywhere. And I said, well, let's just start walking. And I was that person and go, oh, yeah, you could walk from here to there. Well, it's 3 miles. I'm like, you can walk there. Just the woods. My grandmother is from the southern Appalachians in Virginia, West Virginia border. And so I was always one of those feral children, just, gone till the streetlights went on. And when we were first stationed in Massachusetts, on the eastern side of the state, we would drive across. And if you've ever headed out into the Berkshires, in Beckett, right around Beckett, the Appalachian Trail actually crosses the Mass Turnpike. So I had always seen that, and something, little seed was in my head. And after I couldn't run anymore, I said, well, what's next? There's no marathons in my future. I've got to find a goal, push the body, see what you can do, because tomorrow's not promised, and I'm a little on the nutty side anyway, so let's see what happens. So I looked at my husband, and I said, I'm going to hike the Appalachian Trail. And he looked back at me and said, sure you are. And 5 years later, I set out and I did 500 miles of the trail. I hiked from the Pennsylvania-New Jersey border in Delaware Water Gap to the New Hampshire-Vermont border in Hanover. And I thought in one particular section in Connecticut, I called my husband. I said, I guess I'm just going to section hike this trail. And he's like, why? And I said, because I am never doing that section again. It was too hard. It was scary. It was rough. I had to run from a storm and everything. So as with many hard things, I got away from the trail for a couple of years, and the amnesia set in. And I went, it wasn't so bad. And so let's just see how hard the whole thing is. I mean, you did 500 miles. What's 2,200 miles at that point? So
that's not what I'd be saying, but
so I had a wonderful Last Supper with my husband on Valentine's Day in 2022, and then I got on a train and made my way down to Georgia. And I will say, when I got off the train station, the magic of the trail hit me right away. And because there was a woman there just offering people rides from the train station to Springer Mountain, just out of the kindness of her heart. And these people are trail angels, we call them. And that is a bit of trail magic. It could be something as simple as somebody sitting with a cooler of cold drinks on the side of a hot day like today, or it could be somebody offering a ride or something along those lines. But I set out on February 18th. I set out on the trail. It was the high of the day was 34 degrees, and the snowflakes were very, very, very small and frozen as they fell. And it takes, from Springer Mountain, there's an approach trail that goes 8-9 miles before you even get to the beginning of the Appalachian Trail. And you're like, okay, you can start and go backwards if you get somebody to drop you off on a scary dirt road. But I'm like, if I'm going to do 22, what's 9 more, really? And that set my 7-month-long journey off. So in 220 days, it took me to reach from Georgia to Maine. Along the way, I met plenty of people, but I hiked alone. I was not afraid. I didn't see any bears, though I get them regularly in my backyard here in Westfield. I didn't. Apparently, I had one walk right by my tent in the middle of the night, but I'm deaf in one ear, so I just sleep on the good ear, and then I don't hear anything, so we're fine. It's not scary then.
Well, that's my husband's method.
So along the way, we met. I made a group of friends. We call ourselves a trail family or a tramley. We were snowed in together in the Smoky Mountains for 2 days with -12 wind chill and 10 inches of snow on the ground and drifts so high you couldn't see the white marks on the trees to define the path and stuff. We slept... I still feel very apologetic to my friend. We call her Trouble. That's her trail name. I feel very apologetic because every time I got in or out of my sleeping bag, I kicked her in the head because we were so close to each other so we didn't freeze. And she didn't get out of her sleeping bag for 2 days. I did the electric slide for half an hour to keep my toes warm, just in place in all my little clothes and stuff. But that was one of the more memorable moments of being in the trail. And you walk from the complete silence of being in the middle of nowhere in snow and just cold. And then the next road crossing gets you into Gatlinburg, which is like the Cancun of the mountains. It's so much lights and noise and people, and it's a shock to the system. But it was a very memorable event. Those people, the 8 other people, we call ourselves the Derrick Knob 9 because it was the Derrick Knob shelter that we all stayed at and we all met at. And I still keep in touch with all of them today. 4 years later, we're a trail family. We connect through a chat group and we talk. And one of them just happens to live in Simsbury.
Oh, nice.
So here we are, having never met before, and we're sitting there just shivering and looking at each other. Oh, where are you from? And he's like, oh, this place in Connecticut. I'm like, oh yeah, where? And he's like, Simsbury. I'm like, no way. How cool. So I celebrated my birthday on trail in the town of Hot Springs, North Carolina. I got to ride in more pickup trucks than I have since I was a little kid, which always brings me joy. My average day looked like this. I would wake up somewhere around 5, 6 o'clock in the morning when the birds usually got me up, or my bladder got me up. And you'd scramble out of bed, do your morning routine, making breakfast, packing up your camp, looking at your mileage, obsessing over your mileage, looking at your food, trying not to eat all of your food at breakfast, making sure you have water, trying to figure out where the next water is, and then hiking until you're done for the day. Some people would just hike until they got tired. I always said I would go about a half mile if I did that. Nope, I'm tired. That's it. Some people obsess about elevation, like how many mountains do you have to climb today? I would just go, okay, I have to make it from this town to that town, and I think I can do that in 3 days. So I would look at where to camp and things like that. And then you hike. And when you get hungry, you stop and eat. When you get thirsty, you find water and you filter your water and you drink more water. When nature calls, you find somewhere to do that too. And along the way you meet just amazing people. The people that I met, my trail family, they are every different walk of life. We had every decade represented from 18 to 68. So our oldest, my friend from Connecticut, he was 68 that year. I believe he turned 69 while out on trails. So it was a huge bunch of variety of education levels and backgrounds and family dynamics, and everybody was a family. And the support that the trail corridor, the towns and everything, all the trail towns that the trail goes through is just amazing. Some people, some towns, like town of Damascus, Virginia, which is affectionately known as Trail Town, USA, they hold a huge Trail Days festival in May every year, and the little town, I think it's like 3,400 people, all of a sudden becomes 12,000 people for a weekend as all these hikers descend and enjoy and celebrate everything that is outdoors and hiking and conservation and just the free vibe of it all. And there's a parade, and every class of hiker gets to get in there and reunite with their class, kind of like high school reunions. As you walk down through Damascus, you get sprayed with water hoses and squirt guns because you smell. So I got to see all 4 seasons on the trail. I started in the dead of winter, and I finished in Maine shortly after the first red leaves were falling on the ground. I said, I have to go. It's going to get really cold.
Yeah. I have a question. Can I ask a question?
Yeah, please do.
When you say hikers, now I don't know anything about the Appalachian, right?
You can say it any way you like.
Appalachian Trail. But is it like mostly up and down? Is it flat? Is it a variety of?
There's a lot of variety on the Appalachian Trail. It is the elevation going up and down is the equivalent of hiking Mount Everest 16 times.
Oh, Lord.
Over 2,200 feet. There are 3 major national long trails. There's the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail that goes on the western border, and the Continental Divide Trail that kind of goes from Canada to Mexico, but through the middle states in Colorado and such. And the Appalachian Trail's terrain is what gets everybody. It is the most supported in that you have a lot of resources to getting on and off trail. And
I was going to ask that too. I mean, but like a person who's a walker, you have to be a hiker, right? I mean, you have to be able to go up inclines and.
You do have to be able to. I mean, if you there is walking in that. If you go through the trail, literally goes through Damascus, Virginia, through the sidewalks and everything. I went under a couple highways. I mean, walked over the Massachusetts Turnpike, but then you get into some of the northern sections, the Whites in Maine and stuff, and it is amateur bouldering / rock climbing, Okay. There are a couple. My husband likes to joke because you see, especially in this area, all the cars with the little bumper sticker. It says, "This car climbed Mount Washington."
Yeah.
My husband's got one that says, "My wife climbed Mount Washington." I want to drive it someday just to see what it's like to get up that road with wheels instead of feet. But there are people who never train for the trail. Ever. There's the couch to Katahdin, as they call it. So they get up off the couch and they go, I'm going to do it. And then there are people that train very seriously. I think I was probably in the middle. I, worked out, strengthened my legs, walked everywhere with a pack. You'll see folks at the gym on the stair climber with a big pack on their back and everything to train. I also did a lot of yoga, because flexible joints are healthy joints, and you want to be able to strengthen those, the tendons and things in your knees and your feet and your hips and everything to help survive. But I think there are sections you can absolutely walk. It goes through state parks. There's a beautiful state park in Pennsylvania. It was one of my favorite spots. Pennsylvania is known as Rocksylvania because the terrain gets so rocky that you're just head down watching where you step for 2 weeks, it feels like. But before you get to that section, Pennsylvania state parks are some of the most beautiful I've seen. The Grayson Highlands is very open to a lot of different hikers and bikers and everything, so the terrain's not as rugged, but it still takes you up and over this beautiful vistas, and there's wild ponies out there.
So cool.
And they come and lick your leg because you're covered in salt. And the porcupines come and chew on the picnic tables and the outhouses because it's also covered in salt.
Oh, dear.
But I think that a lot of people can accomplish the trail. I met a guy out there who was a double amputee and had he had metal feet essentially. Mm-hmm. So he had to worry about the wear and tear of his feet. But he was able to do it.
Wow.
The youngest person to hike the Appalachian Trail, I think, was 5 a couple years ago. Wow. And to actually get all the way to Katahdin, because there's a tree line section where dogs aren't permitted, children aren't permitted because of the people die every single year on the trail. The oldest person is currently working on the record to be the oldest person. He is 91.
Oh, jeez.
Goes by the name of Graybeard.
You see?
No, we're not doing it, Carol. I can see that coming for next year. No, Carol.
But I think that the spirit of the Appalachian Trail is one of people look out for each other. People help, whether you're a hiker or if you've always wanted to hike or you just live near the trail. People are so generous. They're just wonderful people. I was in the Shenandoah National Forest and in Virginia, and a friend of mine, one of my trail family, sends me a picture of this business card, and he says, "When you get close to getting out of the park, call this woman." I said, "Oh, who is she?" He's like, "Trust me, just call her." Okay. So I call her and I said, "Hey, my friend goes by the name of Sunfish. He told me to call you." And she said, "Oh, great. When are you coming in?" I'm like, "Saturday." And she's like, "Oh, I'm not going to get there till Saturday night. So if you can get to my house, here's the address, the keys under the flower pot. Do you need my keys to my car? Do you need to go anywhere with my car?" And I'm like, I've never met this person. She's like, "Just pick a bedroom. It's fine. Just figure out which one you like, and I'll see you on Saturday night." I went, "Oh, okay." And I found a ride out to this beautiful farmhouse in Virginia, and with acres of cow fields and things all around it, and just kind of relaxed on the porch for 2 days.
Great.
Yeah,
that's great.
So I work as a trail angel now. I volunteer with the Appalachian Long Distance Hiking Association, also known as ALDA. And I serve as a liaison for the organization to the hostels that you'll find along the hiker hostels that are along the trail. My section is from Delaware Water Gap up to the Maine border. So I've got roughly a dozen hostels, and I'll go and check in on them. Alda provides care packages of cleaning supplies and things, and wanting to make sure we can figure out how to support these folks, because a lot of them are just, I'm a retiree, I need something to do with my season, I live near the trail, let's help the hikers. Or you get a lot of hikers who have just finished the trail and go, you know what, this section needs a hostel, and they're going to put a hiker hostel there. So there's more support every day for the trail.
So you completed 500 miles and then years later went back and did the rest of it?
No, I went back and did all of it for the next time.
You didn't didn't count the first 500?
No, I did not.
What?
So my mindset was a different person is going to show up to do that 500-mile section, because I started that first 500 miles as a brand new hiker with baby legs, no muscles, no endurance. And the next time I showed up, I was like, why did I think this was that hard?
See.
Now, it got hard. It was a little hard because I fell and broke a rib. I face planted on perfectly flat, easy terrain, and was down before I knew what happened. And I took 2 days off and then got back on. And I went to the doctors when I was getting picked up to go take a day in a hostel anyway. And the driver picks me up and he goes, "How you doing?" I'm like, "I think I broke something. Can I go to urgent care?"
No.
So I don't know if you've seen, it's viral right now. There's a gentleman hiking. I'm not sure if it's the Appalachian Trail, but he's out there hiking. And he had a trekking pole run through him.
Oh.
He fell, and his trekking pole is literally through his abdomen, but he was a nurse, and he's like, "I got it." And he hiked like 10 miles with this trekking pole sticking through it.
Oh.
So now I feel like any flex that I have is all gone because, I just broke a rib. I didn't, not walking impaled or anything. Yeah, so that was definitely an interesting, it made an easier section for me a lot more difficult because, breathing.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of need
Try
to
and
do
take
that.
a breath when you got a broken rib.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
What did you have to pack to carry with you all the time?
that just, my life is so much more now than it was 4 years ago. I lived with everything in my pack. I had your food for 4 days, 5 days, depending on your mileage and stuff. A little toiletry kit, a tent, sleeping bag, and a sleeping pad. I had 2 pillows because they were luxury items, but they were inflatable, so they didn't weigh anything. I had cotton pajamas because I walked in wool and these synthetics all day, and to me it was a luxury item to bring a pair of cotton shorts to change into the end of the day. A hairbrush that was roughly that big, just the size of a compact, which is how I ended up with my trail name, Dandelion. Because I would clean my hair out. It's obviously, I've got a lot of it. I've got the lion's mane of hair. And I would clean my brush out after I brushed it every day. And somebody said, "Oh, look, bright pink dandelion fluffs." So I had that. Very little else. A water system, my phone and a battery charger, a pair of headphones, or everybody has headphones or earplugs or something. And I had two pairs of socks and 2 pairs of underwear and an extra sports bra, and I pretty much wore the same clothes and day in and day out. So, and that's all I needed. And my map, my guide systems and stuff. So we have there's a 10 essentials list. So it's things like your sleep system, your headlamp, your your food and shelter, rain gear, that kind of thing. And so I made sure to have it, but when you're walking that many miles, you want to make sure it's light as possible. So my pack was one of the heavier that I saw later in the game. It was kind of average for the first half of the trail. And it was, she started, her name's Meg, and if I lived with her long enough, she gets a name. Meg was 35 pounds at Springer Mountain, and she was 34 pounds at Katahdin. So I didn't lose a whole lot of stuff when I stripped my warmer layers away, because at that point you start eating more. So your food weight goes up. So
What do you eat?
a lot.
Ask that too.
I was a rarity in that I ate mostly stuff I made at home. Before I set out, I made 100 days worth of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. So my breakfast was oatmeal with various things in it, walnuts and other little protein sources or calorie sources. And lunch was always what I affectionately term as hiker gravel. A lot of us will carry those tuna or chicken packs, the singles. When you broke out of Spam, you were living high on the hog. I have Spam. Where'd you get Spam? But I would break it up and mix it into a bag with crackers and a mayonnaise pack or a Taco Bell hot sauce or something, and I'd crunch it all together and eat it with a spoon. A lot of people will carry tortillas and make little rolls, but to me, tortillas were too heavy. So I did this to keep it lighter, but it also made me sit because I needed to rest and stretch. And if I had a tortilla, I could just keep going and eat. And my dinners are usually dehydrated foods of some sort, or cheese sticks and this, that, and the other. And then I had a Snickers bar every day, every single day. And I'm still not sick of it. I know. I always had electrolyte tabs in my pack as well. So
Of course.
everybody's got a little different thing. People will pack out, bags. Or I actually helped a hiker last week, and she wanted to get pizza, and we got 2 pizzas for 3 people because she was packing some of that out the next day. So wrapped it all in foil and threw it in her pack. And it's amazing when we're like, cheese sticks will stay good for 4 or 5 days, not refrigerated.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Would you do it again?
Yeah, absolutely. I was still broken from
Carol.
the first time. You can go with me.
No.
I will say there is one climb I will never do again, and that is the climb before Mount Washington, which is called Webster Cliffs. It's just extremely exposed, and it's rock climbing, and I was terrified. And it's not that fear will keep me off it; it's that I don't need to put myself through that again. I did it. I proved that I could. I stood on top of Katahdin with great satisfaction for completing it, and then realizing, oh my God, I have 5 miles to go down now. No. We have what we call the $10,000 phone call, and that's how much it's going to cost you to call and be rescued from when you're injured or something. And there's a lot of us who stand on top of Katahdin and go, yeah, it might be worth it. That $10,000. I don't want to climb anymore. I'm done.
Me down.
Yeah. But I am actually, the year after I did the Appalachian Trail, I did the New England Trail, which goes through Connecticut and Massachusetts and ends just shy of Mount Monadnock. And then I completed the Foothills Trail, which goes along the North Carolina-South Carolina border. And then my husband and I in 24 went to Albania, where we had lived for 3 years, and we did the Peaks of the Balkans Trail, which goes through the borders of Albania, Kosovo, and Montenegro. So
Interesting.
I definitely keep moving.
Well, I think we're about out of time for the Appalachian Trail. Holy moly, folks.
It's
So
impressive.
If you need any
Really
other
impressive.
information, you can find this woman online, If you have any questions, I'm sure you can find her and ask your questions. But
do.
before we leave and we move on to Stanley Park, what's upcoming at the Westfield Women's Club?
Oh, we are getting ready to rock and roll at the Westfield Women's Club. In addition to the theater group being very active with their fall show and the winter show's auditions, we have monthly bunco, which...
And I got to say, I'm hearing that they're having a great time down there.
It is so much
People
fun.
love the... do you know what a bunco even is, Vicki?
No.
I did not. I did not.
Place
So,
where you sleep in a bunco.
No? So bunco is a really simple dice game, and you need very little skill. I always tell people if you can hold your palm up and then you turn your palm down, well, that's all you need to roll dice. So you can play. We meet the second Wednesday of every month. In fact, this Wednesday is our next one, and we'll still take people in. And it's kind of like speed dating, but for friends, because you move tables with each round. So you get to see all these different people all night, and you're not stuck with somebody that's grumpy for very long. If they're grumpy, you get to keep moving.
Good news.
But it is a lot of fun. It's so hard to explain, but once you play, it's really easy to catch on. And then the next thing you know, 2 hours have gone by, and is
there any alcohol involved?
there's a cash bar. It makes the dice room even more fun. But it is $10 to play, and that includes refreshments, non-alcoholic refreshments. And there's prizes at the end, cash prizes. So
And what else?
then, so in addition to that, we have our September open houses coming
Oh, that's right. September 10th.
September 10th, and it goes from 4 to 6. And it's a great opportunity. Come in, enjoy some refreshments, meet all the volunteers that make up the membership, and see all the things that we do. We'll have tables set up for all of our interest groups. You can talk to members. And we are also featuring Dr. Bob Brown, who will
That's right,
be
5 o'clock, yeah.
doing a presentation about architecture and the development, building developments and the history of Westfield. And he's just fascinating.
He is. He's amazing.
Every time he comes around, I'm not a history buff, but the moment he starts speaking, my
I
ears
just
perk
like
up.
his voice.
Yeah.
I've heard all of his talks. I've
Yep.
heard them all.
Yep.
But I told him that. I said, Bob, I just want to listen to you.
Well, we have a trio of centennial events celebrating the 100 years of our building, not the 100 years of the club, but the building. So the open house is the first one from 4 to 6 on the September 10th. Then on the 12th at 7 p.m., we have the Sounds of Westfield series returns with Small Planet dancers. And they are going to do a presentation with performances and music and everything all about the 1920s. So kind of get you in the mood, learn your Charleston, learn about Prohibition and everything like that. And then we will cap it on October 3rd with a roaring centennial gala, a unique, immersive, multi-layered
It is
experience.
unique. It is extremely unique. And we'll have more time in September to revisit that.
Yeah,
So we'll come
talk
back
about
and
that.
talk to the gala. So thank you very much,
You're
Tricia
welcome.
Day. It was great. I don't care what Carol says. I am not walking.
You wouldn't do that or jump out of an airplane with me. What kind of friend are you?
You
A
can come-
live one. And I'd like to stay that way, Carol.
I survived the airplane thing.
So you are welcome to stay or leave or do whatever you would like to do. I'm going to turn it over to Carol and to our other guest, Vicki Connor from Stanley Park. Carol, take
Okay.
it away.
Hi. So Stanley Park has quite an event coming up. Rock and I are involved with it too, but I'm going to let Vicki talk about it. It is the major fundraiser for the year, and take it away, Vicki. It's date, time.
Thank you. So yes, it's our major fundraiser of the year, and it's going to be Saturday, September 12th. It starts at 5 and it runs till 8. This year's theme is Heritage in Bloom. And why we call it Heritage in Bloom is because heritage is what we inherited, and legacy is what we leave behind. And as everyone knows, Stanley Park is a private non-profit park that gets a lot of community support, and helps us maintain the gardens, grounds, facilities. And then the Heritage in Bloom is about celebrating what Frank Stanley Park gave to the community, and making sure that Stanley Park is, available and beautiful for generations to come.
Right. So this event is September 12th.
September 12th,
And involves-
it's a combination event. One, we have a very large auction going on, online auction, as well as the auction is all the auction items will be at the event itself. The event is at the Beverage Pavilion. And we're going to be looking to have a beautiful evening. We'll have a cocktail hour, light hors d'oeuvres. Paul, our horticulturist, and I will be giving a garden tour before dinner.
Nice.
We have the Bubble Mug Cafe that is providing desserts, and a cash bar. As I said, we have the online auction going on and raffles.
When does the auction start?
So the auction's going to start about a week and a half, 2
Before
weeks
the event.
before the event. Yeah, we're going to, it'll go out on social media, so folks will be able to see what we have. We have more than 125 auction items that will be, again, at the event and online for folks to look at and to bid for. We're going to have a fun trivia night that Rock and Carol are going to help us with. We're having fun making up fun trivia questions about Stanley Park that will lead into fun facts and did you knows about Stanley Park.
Yep.
We have a special guest coming that will be speaking. That's Ward Caswell. He's the great-great-grandson, of the founder of Frank Stanley Beverage. And a few things to mention about the auction. We have a 1-week stay at the Sea Glass Cottage, so that is a raffle. We have our famous dinner at the Stanley Park Carillon Tower. We have a scenic plane ride that will be up for a raffle. Thanks to the YMCA, we have a 1-year family membership. We have a handmade wooden rocking chair, and we got a couple golf packages from Blandford, as well as Toccoa and some other local golf.
Now, those are raffle items, not.
Yeah, so we're going to have some auction, and we're going to have some raffles.
Raffle,
For the
okay.
big ones, we find that people want to take a shot at it.
Yeah, of course.
Instead of, bidding something that
Yeah.
is a $2,000 value, people are more apt to buy a raffle ticket for the chance
Yep.
of it. So,
Yep.
so that's what we're doing. Ward's coming. I'm sure he'll have stories about his great-grandfather, his father, Phil Caswell. And it's really, the Heritage in Bloom is to really, celebrate again the whole history of Stanley Park and what a gift it is to the community in local Western Mass. So I, encourage everyone to come.
As many times as I hear so many stories about the park and Frank Stanley Beverage, I'm still learning. I've lived here you've been here all your life. I've been here for over 40 years, and I'm still learning all these things.
Me as well, yeah.
It's fascinating. It's just fascinating, and how fortunate we are that he had the vision that he had.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot of other things going on up there. Don't you have yoga and you have?
Yeah, we have a bunch of different health initiatives. I mean, the summer is winding down, but we had a lot of health initiatives. We have yoga. We have aerobics. We had a sound bath meditation. We had a forest bathing class.
In your concerts.
And we had concerts. Yeah, last night we had.
I know. I missed Brass Attack. I know. Did you go?
I went.
I just wanted to go.
Ed still looks good.
I know. I was going to say I just wanted to go and see Ed.
He was in Superstar with us. Well, actually, Kathy directed it, and he was Judas. Now, if you listen to his voice last night, you can hear why he was Judas.
It's a great voice.
He could still do that role.
But he played Jesus also.
He played Jesus not with us, but with another group.
Yeah,
yes,
I saw him in there too.
But he would. I would love to do that show. That's a cult classic. That show fills the theater. I don't care how many times you do it, and with Ed in that, and he would do it again.
Oh, yes, he would.
And I remember a friend of mine whose name I will not mention, and it's not you, but another friend.
Will they run the trail with you?
Well, yes. Well, she said that she was in a Superstar with us, and she said one of the great moments of her life was standing behind Ed while he was singing and just watching him, because he's such a good-looking guy.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
And you have the trails. You have the trails to hike.
Yeah, the sanctuary.
I'm there all the time.
Yeah, it's a great
Yeah,
place
that's
to go.
right. You live right up there.
And not last night, Saturday night storm. We're very fortunate, knock on wood, that we didn't have any damage in the park.
Ooh, that's good.
I saw
wondered about
Forest
that.
Park had to close, so we were good.
Wow.
Very fortunate that that didn't hit us and impact us, because that would be a big deal.
Now, how often does the Carillon play?
The Caroline Bells we will play periodically through the summer. At the Heritage in Bloom fundraiser this year, while we're conducting that garden tour around 5 o'clock, we will have the Caroline Bells. We'll have our organist up there playing as well as.
Who's the organist now? I know, I was trying to remember her name the other day.
I know, and I feel a super nice lady, and
Yeah.
it's just not coming to me.
Yeah.
Originally, it used to play every Sunday night.
Did it really?
Yeah.
Yes, when I
Yes.
was growing up, I grew up on Granville Road.
Yep.
Below you, about halfway up the road to your house.
Yep.
And in those days, the only thing in Stanley Park really was that old pavilion. Do you remember the old
Yes,
log
the
pavilion?
big wooden one, yeah.
It was more like a summer camp pavilion. I do remember the buses coming in because he would have all his conventions there for Stanley Home.
Right.
And that's when we'd know it was summer because the buses would come flying up Western Avenue and just filled it with people. But they had that pavilion, and then there was that small, on your side of the park, that small camping picnic area.
Yep.
And that was pretty much it. Down below the pond was really just a swampy sort of pond. I do think the grass area, the lawn was out there, but they didn't do much with the lawn. They did have the gardens,
Yeah,
and they
of course.
did have the dinosaur tracks and the totem pole. And unfortunately, I had pictures of that, Vicki, and I don't know what happened with it. Because it went, the original totem pole went from there to Camp Togawak. And I worked at Camp Togawak, and that's why I had the pictures. It's not still there, and I've talked to people that are on those grounds now at Togawak.
Yeah. It's not there anymore?
No,
Oh,
no.
that's
So
strange.
whatever happened to that original that original totem pole, I don't know. But that's pretty much all there was. And then they started building the buildings down below. And at one time, long before your days, we started a program with Westfield State. And we had the students coming in, and we had a student that was doing tours of the plant life there. We had somebody else up in the meeting house talking about the meeting house, and that the meeting house is a replica of the Deerfield meeting house.
Right.
And they talked a little bit about that, and then we had somebody else doing the hiking trails. But after I stopped doing it, that sort of just fell apart because you have so many really, really wonderful things up there. And at the time, we were spending hundreds of sending kids out to field trips everywhere. And I never understood why we were doing that. When you have a mill and you have a blacksmith shop and you have a covered bridge, you have the water wheel, you have all of that, you have the meeting house, you have all of that right there. And we never really made a use of it other than the playground, which is lovely.
Yes.
But there's so many resources up there that we could have developed.
And the enchanted oak. I used to hide pennies.
Did you?
Like he used to do. I'd hide pennies in the tree and take the grandchildren up and make them look. I said,
Oh,
you know
that's
that
cute.
tree, it grows pennies. What?
Oh,
And
that's
Sarah she must have had a collection, like 30, 40 pennies that she
Wow.
collected. She thought they were magic, you know.
And there's a
It was
neat
pretty
little
cool.
knot in a wooden part of that tree that's almost a step for little kids.
Yes, yes.
So unique. It's
Yes.
a little notch that kind of
I love that
lets
tree.
people step up and go into the.
So many historic and even non-historic things in that park that people like. I like to read the names on the benches and where they came from. Then there's the rotary light, right? Is that
Eternal
It's the
light.
eternal light, which not many people know about, across from the Carolyn Tower.
And it was a dairy barn. I remember cows on
Yeah.
that soccer field.
You do? Mm-hmm. She's old.
I am old. And the trolley barns were a little bit below there. The trolley barns were, more before you get to Lloyd's Hill. That's about where the trolley
okay.
barns were. Because the trolley, they had Warnoco Park was there across from the college.
Yeah.
That was a racetrack,
Yeah.
which is why we have Park Circle and Park. Yes, it's from the trolley barn. I mean, it's from the Warnoco Park, and it eventually burned down. They tried a couple times to bring it back, but it just never really did. But the trolleys wouldn't go all the way up. The company didn't want to go up Western Avenue. So they formed their own, someone formed their own trolley line went right by your house.
I mean,
Right where you are, come
see,
to think
I'm
of
in
it.
Business Central. You know.
There you are. You are.
So Stanley Park is a gem,
It
as
is
we
a
say.
gem, absolutely.
And we hope that, and the invitations already went out for the event, right?
Yes, anybody that is interested that isn't on the mailing list for
Yeah.
those invitations, go online.
Yep.
You can stop by the park. Tickets to the event are $75. And it's going to be a great night. Again,
It is
all
gonna be a great
the
night.
funds go right back into the park to help us keep it beautiful.
Fingers crossed for nice weather.
Yes,
And,
fingers crossed for
Yes.
weather.
And it is a 501c3 now? Did you say?
Yes, we're a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yes.
Okay, excellent.
Yes.
It's been around a long time, 1940?
49, so we're well over 75 years now.
Oh, yeah. I think, doesn't the little stone thing say 1948?
Yeah, so one of them says that was
Yes.
but the Carillon Tower is 1949.
Oh, okay. The reason I know that is because I know what year we were born, so it was close.
Which will
It was
not
close.
be mentioned at this point.
1978.
But
That's it.
but we do hit a new decade pretty soon.
Yes, we do.
And we're still here. No, I'm not doing the trail. I'm not diving out of an airplane. I'm not swimming with sharks, and I don't want to ride an alligator. So, are you done, Carol?
No, there's so many more things we could do.
She's going to join the Harlot Queens. That's what
There.
she's going to do.
it is.
See, but I do have a great idea. Carol would be the better one, but I do have a great idea for you. But that's all right. When I say I have an idea, usually my friends run the other way.
Yep.
They don't
look
wanna
her in
hear
the
it.
eye. Don't look her in the eye.
So there's another thing you have that you can do in Westfield, folks. Stanley Park, please remember it is a 501c3. If you're not available for the gala or those activities, you can always send them a check. You can always donate money to the park. It's well appreciated. Any amount of money is fine, preferably not in pennies because they're pretty much out of circulation right now.
Yes.
Notice that if it's over the nickel, they don't give you the change back.
I did notice that, although sometimes I make money because.
Well, if it's under, you get the nickel. If
Okay.
it's over, they
okay.
deduct it. So good luck with that.
and my family works there, so support Stanley Park, please.
We will support Stanley Park. It is a great place to go. It's one of the few places. What I love about it, Vicki, is if you have a family and you don't have a large income, and I'm not even sure this sounds right because it has nothing to do with income, but it's one place you can go with your kids. It's not going to cost you a penny.
And they love it.
You have the playground. You have the pond down below. Please don't feed your lunch to the animals. Please do not do that. It is not a good idea. I don't even do it to the ducks in my yard. Please don't. The bread, it's just not something they need to have.
Well, they have feeders now. with the
Yes, they do.
grain. Yes.
So only feed them the food that you are supposed to be giving them. But you have the pond down front. You can walk across the bridge in the back. You can even hike up through the woods. I don't know if you can get up to the cemetery that way. Can you? Do you know? You used to be able to, but it's quite a walk.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
It's quite a walk.
Over.
And that's next week. We're going to talk about that burying ground next week.
Yay.
So please do think about going to Stanley Park. It's just a wonderful, wonderful place to be. Is there anything else we can think of for the Women's Club that we didn't talk about?
One other thing we always have going on every Tuesday, 10:30 to 12:30, we have our craft group. It is open to everybody. It is free. Bring whatever project you like to work on, and it's more of a social time. Sometimes we have crocheters, and we have people who paint. We have people who sew and take advantage of having a nice big tabletop to cut their fabric out. I have been coloring for a while, so I bring interesting coloring books.
Or you can just stop in with your coffee.
And just come in and chit-chat. So if you're looking for a social place, and especially if it's a bad weather day, and you want to get out of the house, come check us out from 10:30 to 12:30.
Vicki, anything else from Stanley Park?
We're just gearing up for our big gala on the 12th. So, just be looking. Online bidding starts August 31st. Lots of social media will be going out to, let folks see the business community and everyone who's donated auction items to us. And we're looking forward to it. And then we're
Me too.
right into fall, and then Run Stanley's coming up in the fall.
And,
that's
and you
right, Run
also,
Stanley.
They can also rent some of the areas for birthday parties and things. can't they?
We have 4 pavilions. We have 2 on the playground side, the Westfield Bank Pavilion and the Children's Pavilion. And on the other side, we have the big beverage pavilion, and the old pavilion that was much larger is the Pavilion Annex. And those are very popular places for folks to rent for birthday parties, weddings, and
Excellent.
get-togethers. Yeah.
Birthday parties, Carol. Birthday
Yes,
parties.
yes.
Excellent. One thing before we go, please notice and get downtown, walk around the cultural district, go to some of the restaurants. We have some wonderful places down there with some different foods. We have a new bakery down there. Yeah. We have the Crave Cafe. We have all kinds of things down there to look at. Please do that. I do have to mention, if you are not busy next weekend, try to get to see Grease over in Springfield with the Opera House Players. It is absolutely wonderful. It's one of those shows that everybody loves to see. Everybody loves to sing that music. It's absolutely great. And as well, you're all theater geeks here, so you'll understand that there's some shows that you go see that are really about the site, for example. How many movies are there on Titanic?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. You've got to have. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but it goes down. I ruined it, didn't I? Did you know that, Vicki?
Every single time I watch it, I hope it's going to end differently.
It doesn't.
Every single time.
But, that's important on the site. And Harry Potter, you've got to have the site. You've got to have that. With the Avengers, it doesn't matter where they are. They always win, so that's it. But with this one, it's the music. It's the music that does it. So if you get a chance, go see it. Just go online and look for the Opera House Players. Don't forget auditions coming up. If you're not sure we can find a place for you, we will work on it. Carol, any last-minute thoughts? No.
Oh, come on. She never lets me have any fun, It's like terrible. No, just that I'm looking forward to fall. This weather is driving me crazy. And there's so much happening this fall. So on our next show, we really should approach all of that. And so many theater groups, have fall events and fall shows. So we will talk about that.
And we will get to those in September.
Yes.
Peter, I guess we're good to go. You can take us out. And thank you. Happy Tuesday, everyone.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's get this straight once and for all.
Can you tell these ladies apart?
Band.
No. Well, they got the same last name, but they're not the same, no way. Everybody scratches their head nearly every single day. Born just a couple of days apart. Now here's the funny part. One is older, one is younger, but don't ask them where to start. Kathy, not Carol, shoo-bop, shoo-bop. Carol, not Kathy, do-wah, do-wah. Everybody gets them mixed up, even Uncle Matty. Kathy, not Carol,
Yeah.
Carol, not Kathy.
Whoa.
Same last name, different ladies. That's the whole reality.
Comedy break.
The elementary school teacher,
That's Kathy.
the fitness instructor.
That's Carol.
Kathy spent her working years
Teaching little girls and boys.
reading, writing, helping kids.
Making lots of learning noise.
Carol's got a different gig.
Keeping everybody fit.
Senior fitness, stretch and smile. One more rep.
That's it.
They're twins.
They're twins.
No, they're not.
They're sisters.
No, they're not.
We're just friends.
Everybody points and whispers.
Hey,
somebody says, nope, wrong one.
And the room breaks into grins.
They're two friends who make us smile.
Week after week on TV.
Different stories,
Different talents.
perfect company. Kathy, not Carol.
Shoo-bop, shoo-bop.
Carol, not Kathy.
Do-I, do-I.
Now you got the story straight, or at least you oughta. Kathy, not Carol.
Yeah, yeah.
Carol, not Kathy.
Whoa, whoa.
Community TV's favorite pair. Everybody sing, shoo-bop, shoo-bop. Do-I,
Kathy.
not Carol.
Carol.
Not Kathy.
Everybody.
Everybody, Kathy, not Carol.
Carol, not Kathy.